Hi, I'm Tony Lee Peters, and I help people live better lives. Recently, I spoke about tackling fears and showing you that your time is now, right now. Today, I want to show you how you can make that change. Maybe you want to change in career, or perhaps your relationships aren't fulfilling, or you've got to the point where you know deep down that change is essential, but you're scared to take that leap of faith. So a good place to start is to look at the model of change. Now, typically there's 6 stages of change. We're going to concentrate on the first 4. The model of change starts with pre-contemplation. So that's when you're in this stage, you're not immediately aware that change would be beneficial or that some of your behaviors or thoughts could be problematic to change. We then move on to contemplation, which is a more assured vision of wanting to change and how your thoughts and feelings can affect this. And we then move on to determination and action. So actually making that change. I remember years ago being stuck between determination and action. I knew my life had to change, but for some reason I couldn't turn my determination into actually making a change. Something was holding me back, and this is typical for most of us. So it's about finding out what it is that's holding you back or blocking you from moving forward. What held me back was a feeling of, I can't do this. What if things don't work out? What if I fail? But my I can't do this was actually I won't do this because I was scared. I knew that I had to tackle the fear that held me back. And the way I did this was to identify my motivators, the motivating factors that would propel me into action. So one of my motivators was realizing that if I carried on as I was, life would be the same and just would remain stagnant. And I simply wasn't prepared to put up with that. Another motivator was taking a different perspective. So in my mind, I'd fast forward to the future, to a time when I'd be looking back on life. But did I want to look back on regrets of a life of missed opportunities and wasted time? Or did I want to look back on a fulfilled life, one full of opportunity and purpose? Change can only happen with action. We can wait for some external change to happen, but we can be waiting for a very long time, or we can actually take control and action that change ourselves. So I got to the point where enough was enough. I just didn't want to carry on as I had for years. If I made the change, I knew that my life would become better and more fulfilled. And looking at the worst case scenario, well, that would be that perhaps things wouldn't work out the way I wanted them to, and my life would just go back to being the same. So really, I had nothing to lose. Life is a forward moving motion. We keep the momentum going by taking risks, stepping outside of our comfort zones, making changes, and moving into new seasons of life. So if you've been contemplating change for a while, work out where you are on the model of change and then how to get to the next stage. So remember, stage 1 is pre-contemplation, then it's contemplation, determination, and action. Look at the fear that's holding you back and then identify your motivators and change your perspective. How will you look back on a life of regret? Fear can hold you back, but only if you allow it to. And every time you give into fear, you're feeding into it, the more powerful it becomes. But you no longer have to be powerless. You have a choice to take control or allow fear to control you. The choice is yours. If you have any questions about a change that you want to make, or maybe you're stuck somewhere on the model of change, leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like more tips on living a better life, then hit the subscribe button. I really want to build a community where we're all helping each other. Thank you for watching, and remember, be kind to yourself.